Right, I trace around the UK map and the counties because I want to try and work out whether if we can figure out a way of how the virus spread, how it locks, how you could lock down, how you can unlock and move around, and with testing. It might be useful for other people, that's why I'm drawing it as a tutorial as well. But as you can see, when I scanned it in, it came in that funny size. Oh, the first thing I did, I started a new TurboCAD drawing, and I went down to model, and I went to properties, and I changed the units into meters. In this case, the workspace units into meters, because the six-figure grid reference for the UK is in meters. So basically, I'll spin it round, but because I traced it with tracing paper, I also put it in the scanner the wrong way up. So I need to flip that with the mirror tool, delete that. Obviously, this is not in the right orientation for the UK grid reference, grid north. But I did get the grid references for Land's End, south west, most easterly point, Lowestoft, and top point, John O'Groats. That's 3 points. We should be able to orientate this up and scale it up to 1:1, which I feel is important to draw 1:1. In paper space, we can scale it down to whatever we need, 1 to 500,000, whatever. Right, so basically at the moment that's about 5 by 8 meters in workspace. We know it's going to be a lot more than that. In fact, I can tell you now, it's an easting, a bounding box east 522 kilometers and north 953 kilometers. Right, so just going to put my reference point on Land's End. Don't like to mention it, but I cycled Land's End to John O'Groats 30 years ago. Right, so let's just scale this up, because I know what's going to happen. It's all going to go pear-shaped. I won't be able to see it compared to a big bounding rectangle. So basically I'll scale it up by 100, both X and Y. Zoom extent. As you can see, I already tried this on the left, so I don't get caught out. I need to scale it up again. 10, 10. I still need to go up higher. That's one I prepared earlier, just so I know what I'm talking about. 10, 10. Right, okay. So like I said, I got the northerns and the UK grid, and the southwest starts at 0,0, and then it goes up to the northeasterns and northerns. So I know that Land's End. So we'll start anywhere and we'll call that 0,0 with a rectangle. And I know Land's End is 133 kilometers, 757 east, 20 kilometers, 369 meters north. Right, so I'll put lands there and there. I'll put a bit of a circle there, just so that's the datum of the UK grid, 0,0. Now it's still rotated wrong, this, so I've got Lowestoft, which is the most easterly point on the east coast. We've got an easting of 655 kilometers, 809 meters, and northern 291 kilometers, 791. Okay, and I also want a third point for John O'Groats. I hope there's no cartographers looking at this, because this is rough. Right, an east in for John O'Groats is 340 kilometres, 690 metres, and a northern of 973 kilometres, 237 metres. Right, so we've now got, I now need to scale this so that Lowestoft hits here and John O'Groats hits there, and rotate it suitably. So we've got the default reference point on Land's End, so I need to go up about 1.3, just guessing, and you can see I was a tad high, so just need to take that down to 0.95, 0.95. Right, that's not bad at all. So I'm going to go 1.01 increase in scale. Yeah, that's looking good there. That's not bad there. I'm just going to pick up the green dot for the rotation, put it onto the Lowestoft, and I'm just going to rotate that round to touch the eastern point. I'm not far out with the north there, not far out at all. Let's just go 1.01 again. 0.01. So yeah, that's not too bad on John O'Groats, not too bad on Lowestoft. So basically you hold the control key down, you get the little cursor with the hand on, grab the rotation dot, bring it over, so rotate that to there. There you go, we've got a pretty good Land's End, Lowestoft and John O'Groats. It's a little bit out, but I was so rough tracing this. Sorry, the Shetland Islands. The UK grid does cover your Northern Ireland out here. No, I don't think it covers Northern Ireland actually, or Ireland. But so often you'll find the UK grid was basically 10 tiles by 10 tiles, and then they were given southwest, northeast, and all the letters of the alphabet for the cardinal points of the compass and that. George Airy, 1936, I'm not sure, but yeah. Ordnance Survey, of course, that Royal Engineers, 1852ish, somewhere around there. They surveyed the country to a mile an inch. Unbelievable accuracy, unbelievable. So let's draw a 10 kilometre grid on. So just going to use a rectangle tool, I think. 10 kilometres by 10.
Our first season back in the Premier League. Some work going forward, what we need to do to improve and keep our progression going, and obviously personal stuff with the family, walking and doing a little bit of exercise and just keeping physically busy as well.
No, it must be 100 kilometres.
The whole family are, Gary, yeah. So
let me just check. I've already done it on this one.
And come out the other side. This awful situation that we're all in will, I think one of the things is that we will
must be 100 kilometres. So do that again. 100 kilometres, 100 kilometres. Right, I'll make that a light grey. I'm going to use the array copy tool, and I'm going to array it in the X both 100 kilometers in the Y, 100 kilometers. Want 10 rows and 10 coals. So that's drawn a nice grid on there. I don't need these extra tools. So we don't actually need the these rectangles I used to set it up. But then we'll switch to paper space. There's one I've set up earlier already.
The players have been fantastic. As an ex-player, I sympathise from their point of view as well. In the season that we've had so far, getting put on hold. I suppose that interacting and being in and around the players and the staff and the preparation. And
set one up in paper space already. So if I double click on the viewport, you'll see it's 1 to 500,000. And I also set the dimensions tools up already. Right button click on the dimension, format. Be interesting because I think it keeps jumping around this. But at the moment, so we don't need that dimension there, it's pointless. But if I put the dimension back on from there to there, so that's the 522 kilometers and 52 meters bound in rectangle of the UK mainland. And then 952 kilometers, 868 meters northing. So pretty much now I could get the 0 is here, and that grid size was V 100 kilometers by 100 kilometers. That's 0,0. So now I can get, we could take a line from anywhere from London to Lincolnshire, and we could then dimension that. Sorry, I need to draw that in model space. Let's say we come from London to Lincolnshire as the crow flies, and
a leaked letter from leading social care officials seen by the BBC has strongly criticised the government's handling of the coronavirus pandemic. The Association of Directors of
and
Adult
let's just
Social
measure
Services
that.
told the Department of Health that its provision of personal protective equipment had been shambled.
Yeah, 185 kilometers and 61 meters. Now I'm hoping I'll get this all tidied up, get some big cities points put on as well. Then I'll upload it, and then you can use it for laser cutting, or what, like I say, what I want to use it for is try to come up with some strategy to see how the COVID virus might spread through the UK, and why we've got to keep on testing, possibly the norm, will become the normal in life. So that's it.